Oh, hiccups. Okay, is my mic working? Hiccups. Yes, it is. Let us do this for real this time. There was no one in my stream earlier, so not even a point in saying this, but when I tried streaming like 3 hours ago almost, damn, what happened was the update wasn't finished yet, but it was weird because I was still able to log on even though it said downtime had already started. But basically, yeah, the update wasn't finished, and then it took so long because the update was extended. What else is new? And then, yeah, so now we're finally here. Oh, damn, I accidentally just need this shit. Anyways, let's get into the story. I need to catch up on weekly challenges, by the way. I've not been doing them. I did like my first 3 weeks, like all of them, and then I just stopped. Maybe even week 4 I did all of, but week 5, 6, all that shit is, yeah. Heir apparent ornament. Like, sure, I'll buy it because I can. But it's just kind of whatever, and then everything else is stuff that I actually just don't care about at all. Trial of Will ambition completed. Okay. See, let's see. I didn't even finish week 4. Oh, almost. There's those. So these are probably like pretty easy. Look at my void build right now. Boom. Okay, what am I doing? See, I saw this. This wasn't available last week, even though I had like a quest step to do it. But then when I checked my quest page, the quest wasn't actually there. It was weird. And it said it was on the moon. I was confused. I guess it was just like bugging because it was meant to be done this week. But the quest didn't realize that. Or at least
cannot be left to congeal from mere blight to aversion anchor. But where there is threat, hides opportunity. I shall teach another method by which you will strengthen your hold of taken power and shatter theirs. Threads ahead of you.
So basically, yeah. It was like I couldn't do the quest, but it said it existed. That's what I was weirded out by.
I'm relieved to see you.
Oh my god, they did update this heiress. I wanted to see that. That's cool. Only question is she's not allowed out of her throne world yet. Why is this? So this is right here, but it's saying to go around. I don't think that's faster. Okay, I guess the reason it's faster is because it actually does start over here, even though the map itself says otherwise. Yeah, that is an entirely new area. That is leading into the Hellmouth area. Or is that... yeah. No. It's leading here. Oh, because it's underground on the map. Duh.
Eyes up, Guardian. Fallen ether drop coming your way. Make short work.
It's gonna go, yeah, I knew it. I forgot what this place is called. Oryx's grave? The world's grave? Something like that. It's not Oryx's grave, obviously, but Crota's grave? It's like, it's definitely, maybe I'm thinking of, it's not like World's Grave. Shrine of Oryx. I was gonna say, it's definitely an Oryx thing.
That ogre is undergoing the offering. The Hive do not possess this power. Without Oryx or the Witness, how? I fear another's hand may cause these new taken into being.
Well, you're immune. Oh, no, you're not.
I assume to seek the Taken King's blessing. The wizard's ritual has yet to complete. End it here. Reach into the unknown and prepare for it to reach back. Guardian, meet the gaze of the abyss. Steep yourself in suffocating light.
Finally got that auto rifle thing complete. Yeah, but it's immune. So now what? That actually, no. That is cool. It actually required me to use a finisher. I was like, it's not letting me hit it. And I was like, wait, a finisher? Like, what about that?
Of offering, where the Taken submit their weakness to gain strength. There is something else here, calling, rabid with grief. No, sever the bindings. Unshake this beast now, Guardian. Another foul stain scoured from Luna's ailing depths. You reap strength from their defeat. Hayat. Yet, the Taken King is absent from this clash of swords. He offers no substantiation of their ritual. Why here, then, the dreadnought? the Taken.
Gonna wait
They are
till she's done with her
entwined,
dialogue.
but their goals do not seem aligned. Perhaps the presence we felt here in the deep drives them. Perhaps there is more to uncover. Search the grounds. Guardian, a remnant etched into the receding deep. Draw it forth with your newfound power.
Isn't that Savathun's symbol?
Oryx,
Yep.
the witness is dead. It lied to you.
We saw the Syzygy sister, and we dove to avert doom. I followed you to the...
Let me cut to the truth. The God Wave wasn't the Traveler. We were chosen for light, and the witness gave us chains. But I can break us out of this game.
Deceit is your language.
We've both been played since the beginning. Look, this is Imaru, my ghost.
Light pawn! Where is my cunning sister? She would never allow such heresy.
And what do you call what you are now, if not heresy?
Enough! Does my blade not cut? Its edge is truth. Do ties not sink my form? Are logic, gold, and violence?
You're an inanimate object, dear brother. Your blade cuts nothing.
I do not accept this. I will navigate through each manipulation from the beginning, and I will divine the truth alone.
Oryx has shown the flaw in his logic. Faith. Now doubt creeps in. He has long been a creature of singular purpose and boundless curiosity. This revelation could send him reeling, or spell doom should he align with the Witch Queen. We cannot wait for the Echo to decide which avenue to explore. We must act in the face of uncertainty. I will begin preparations and contact you when they are ready for action.
Okay. Something I did want to say that I kind of just now realized, or okay, it's kind of weird. I realized this in episode 1, Echoes, literally week 1 or 2 or whatever. But it really didn't hit me until just now, how true it is. That unlike every season before, Bungie, with these episodes, actually have changed the fundamental aspects of these races. With the Taken more than the others. Scorn have a new look, but ultimately they do kind of play the same, right? But there are kind of variations of it. It's kind of cool. The Vex, again, a new look, ultimately play pretty much the same with slight differences, although I think there was new Vex stuff, some of the Vex have a stasis field or something. I was gonna say Minotaurs, but I can't remember their name until just now. But but even the look is cool, and what I like is it's not just the seasonal stuff. If you go on Nessus, the patrol zone, wherever there's Vex in the entire area, they now look like that new type of Vex. Whereas in the season, we had variations of mobs, but when you go back to patrol zones and stuff, the enemies still looks like their normal version. But they are different. Same with Scorn, although we don't really have a Scorn place. But the Dreaming City, I think they look different there. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Scorn actually changed the least now that I think about it. But Taken, that's the biggest one. Taken have changed. Not only in looks, but in mechanics. They're all sorts of fucked up. Their abilities are switched around from one another. They look different. Some of them have new abilities, or kind of, what was it before? One of the abilities of the other ones was when you killed it, it spawned like a taken thrall, and the wizards could spawn ones. But now, whoever's power that was, it switched to acolytes. Now when you kill an acolyte, it spawns a taken war beast, which is interesting. Like their powers have switched. And again, this isn't just in the seasonal activities. If you go to some of the planets with Taken, they are different there too. And I want to give props to Bungie for that. Like, every other season in the past didn't do that. Like, you would have variations, but going back to the other ones, that could have been actually a good roll. But I already have kind of a god roll of that weapon in base form, so I'm really just care about adepts. Anyways, yeah, they did a good job with like actually changing the things rather than making it just for a season. And in saying that, I kind of wish that the Cabal, like back in season of the Chosen, whenever Callus's daughter, I forgot her name. She's our ally now, but when she was like that seasonal villain, again, that's not one of my favorite seasons, but it is. I praise that season a lot because not only did it add something to Nessus, like a permanent change with the tank, and the entire area is kind of different. But it gave us a strike as a season. And that has not happened since, and I don't think it happened beforehand, or at least not often. And I had a big talk in one of my previous streams during, I don't think it was this episode. I think it was like my last or second to last stream of last episode, or one of the last ones. And it was just like, I was giving my true honest thoughts, and one of them was like, Bungie really has become so lazy, and I know they're trying to improve with keeping players engaged, but really they are not doing it well, I feel like. And what I really liked, like, they need to do more stuff like that, adding things that will stay in the game forever. Seasons are cool, but when the season's over, and moreover, when the year's over, all that content is gone. When the year ends, that content's gone. The weapons are almost unobtainable, other than either world drops, or I think some of the loot pools get pushed to, the fuck is it called? Days of Eternity. And then some of them, if there's an exotic mission for a season, you can do that whenever it's weekly rotated and the loot pool's there. But it's like, a lot of the weapons aren't worth it. It requires a lot of grind. And it's just, yeah. But something like Season of the Chosen, we got a permanent change to a place, a destination that had not had a change since like the base game. And we got a strike, a permanent addition to the game that you can go back and play as much as you want. And they've used it for Grandmasters. It's not a forgotten strike. They've used it a lot since then. It was a Grandmaster last episode. And it's personally one of my favorite strikes in the game. But I went off on such a line. There was something I wanted to say earlier about that season. It would have been cool if during that season, and maybe it has, I can't remember, it has been like 3 years, almost 5 years actually. But it would have been cool if during that season, all the Cabal on Nessus were replaced by her Cabal, because they were like the villains. But I don't think they were. It's just the base Red Legion Cabal now, which doesn't make sense. I think canonically, the Red Legion is like wiped out, because when we defeated Dominus Gaul, they either got integrated into the Shadow Legion, or whatever that was at the time, now the Shadow Legion, or Callus's daughter, which again I can't remember her name, which is our allies now. Now, obviously, I know the Shadow Legion canonically still exists even after defeating Callus, because, like, well, there's going to be ones that rebel. Even without a leader, they fight to fight. It's the Cabal, so maybe the Red Legion's the same, but I think, first of all, it's been a while, not only in real life, but canonically, it's been, I think, like, around the same amount of time. Like, I think Destiny follows the same, like, time span as real life. So, like, it has been fucking, what, like 6-7 years since we killed Dominus Gaul. And we've been fighting them. And I like the explanation they give for the arms dealer strike. First of all, they changed it to Shadow Legion, so they can change those, obviously, with effort. But it's like, well, it's the same looking boss, same name, what's different? Well, they gave an explanation, and this isn't out of the ordinary for the Cabal. In fact, I think it had been shown in the past that names hold power. So this actually is a different guy. He just took up the mantle because he felt he was worthy of it, and clearly his Shadow Legion followers agree. And so it's kind of a lazy excuse in one sense, it's a lazy excuse to just not redesign the boss name-wise or design and just be like, it's a different Cabal. But at the same time, it is a good canonical explanation. And they still did that and also changed all the Cabal in that strike to Shadow Legion. So I don't know why they can't change all the Cabal on the planets to be Shadow Legion as well. I think it also makes sense. Now, it would kind of suck getting rid of all of the Red Legion. Not even from a developer standpoint, but from a gameplay, like saying goodbye to the Red Legion, the enemies we faced, just to get replaced all by Shadow Legion. But it canonically makes sense. And if Destiny wants to keep players engaged, I think making changes like that, even when it's not really needed, and it's not even a complaint that many people have. Not that I'm even complaining about it, I just think it'd be cool. It's like, that's the things we need. Make changes that... How do I word this? I don't want to say that your players don't want, because it's not like anyone doesn't want this. It's just that no one's thinking of it. And I think that's how you keep players engaged, is by not only adding the things they do want, but also adding things that they don't even think about, but would be, like, interesting. Like, oh, this big update brought this thing we wanted, but it also did this. I didn't even think about this, but this is a cool change. And it will just add so much, and that's like a strike. That's why Season of the Chosen was awesome. Because you just did the strike, an update came out, and all of a sudden there's a new strike. I mean, I'm sure they said it, but no one was asking for a strike at the time, right? But then it came out, and they're like, hey, look, there's a new strike. And it's one of the best ones, in my opinion. Like, they just need more stuff like that. Changes that no one thinks about, no one's asking for, but they're not going to complain if you give it to them. Just random things here and there that are just going to make the game feel more alive. Because keeping the Red Legion here, I'm sorry, but it makes the older areas of the game truly feel dead. The EDZ hasn't been updated since the base game. I don't think the EDZ has had a single map change ever in like the 7 years this game has been out. Like, if they just changed all the Cabal to Shadow Legion randomly, without saying a word that they're gonna do it, but you know, on the TWAB or whatever, they say like, hey, check out the EDZ, and it's like there's no new quest or anything, but you go there and you're like, what the, it's all Shadow Legion now. That's cool. There may not be anything to do, but now I feel more obligated to even go there because it's different. It's fundamentally different. I don't know why I said that with like a British accent. Fundamentally. And that's why Nessus still gets love from, like, more love from players than a place like the EDZ, because it has seen multiple map changes in the past. It has gotten strikes. It's just gotten these changes that keep players coming back to it versus the EDZ, which has not seen anything ever. And there's definitely something else I wanted to say. But I've been talking for 10 minutes randomly. I just went on this rant, and I don't know. Like, I definitely just want to talk more. I could talk for ages. Oh, you know what? This is also an idea I had. This is what I wanted to say. This is the last thing. They need more incentive for players to go to older locations. Players hate when the older locations get bolted like they did. But at the same time, other than doing public events or just kind of revisiting, reminiscing on them, there's no point to them. And I think what Bungie could do, genuinely, kind of a similar situation with what they do with raids and dungeons, have the newest planet be Pinnacle, like it always is, but have a weekly changing planet that also becomes Pinnacle. And doing certain activities would, like, oh, complete bounties, whatever the Pinnacle, like, thing is for the other planets, it could just be the same thing. And that gives more incentive to visit these other locations other than public events or whenever a story mission requires it. It's like, hey, I've done all my Pinnacle on this planet, now let me go to the EDZ, which hasn't seen anything, because it's also Pinnacle. Now I have a reason to actually go back and do activities on there, because it actually rewards me. And another thing I wanted to say is the legend location system they had, I didn't hate. My only gripe with the legend location was simply the Threshers, because fuck Threshers, everyone hates them, and they were one-shotting you, and they still one-shot you. I've been sitting here so long, this fucking night respawned. But now, Neomuna is a legend location, but it's not Pinnacle. There's no reason to go back to it. Like, it's just a legend location for no reason, and in fact, because it's a legend location but it has no rewards to give, people are less likely to choose that over places like the EDZ because it is harder. Why take that challenge when you can do things for the same rewards or more for an easier time? Like, if I could do a random Nightfall Strike on the lowest difficulty, I think it's Adept now, whatever, and somehow still get an Adept drop, why wouldn't I do that? I can complete the strike in 10 minutes rather than 50 and get an Adept roll. Like, no one wouldn't do that. Everyone would do that. So they need to give incentive, first of all, with Pinnacle, but also, I still like the idea of Legends, so either they can, kind of similar situation, rotate out the Legend planet every week. So one week it'll be Nessus, the next week it will be Neomuna, the next week it will be the Pale Heart, and it just rotates. Another thing I was thinking is just whatever the newest planet is of the, like, the newest expansion planets would be Legends. Right now it would be the Pale Heart for the year. Next year Pale Heart would go back to being normal, and then it would be whatever the planet is then. Or they could do both. The newest planet plus rotating weekly for every previous planet. And maybe, I even just thought of this, the Pinnacle planet could be the Legend one. So it's like, hey, this planet now gives Pinnacle, but it's also harder. So if you're just trying to complete public events for some Bright Dust, or not Bright Dust, but Glimmer, then maybe choose another planet, it'd be easier and faster. But if you're trying to get that Pinnacle, you have to come to this planet, but also it is harder this week than the other planets. That is something, actually. That would be cool. I would like the idea of that. Like, oh, this planet rewards Pinnacle, but is more of a challenge this week. Next week, that planet will be harder, but it would also reward Pinnacle. But that next week would also make this planet that's currently Pinnacle not Pinnacle, and would also go back to normal. So, you know, but I think that'd be a good change. That's the final thing I wanted to say. I've been here for 15 minutes. Half of this stream has me been jumping past these squares talking about nothing. I'm done. let's continue on the fucking mission. Harvest the flesh of Akka and put in a blinding ritual. Okay, so I just need to do the nether. I'm surprised, like, they're not even making me do the fucking other activity. But cool. Long ass rants again. Just talking, I mean, but it's just my thoughts, you know, like this, I'm truly just getting out what I feel, because a lot of these streams I do and I'm tired, and I just don't even be...
Long ago, Oryx sought the worm Akka
Hold
in
up.
the Ascendant Plane, but was denied the secrets of the deep. And so, Oryx slew the worm and communed with the deep himself. In this communion, he learned the power to take. And from Akka's body, he carved this foul dreadnought. But even a dead worm dreams, Guardian.
I'll take that, because I don't use my kinetic often. But yeah, those are my true thoughts. Sometimes I really need to, like, get that shit out. It's like, I don't want to say it's therapeutic for me, because it's not like keeping those thoughts inside is really bothering me. But I feel like my stream is like a good place to say it, because whoever's watching this is kind of forced to listen to it. I mean, they can skip it, but, you know, they can sit here and listen. If I were to say this to my brother, he'd fucking get annoyed after 2 minutes and be like, bro, you don't stop yapping. I don't know, it's just nice to get my thoughts out, too. So, wait. This is... Glaive Final Blows and Court of Blades. Complete augmentations. Swords in Court of Blades. Void or Prismatic in Court of Blades. Taken anywhere. Acquire the ritual weapon. Defeat Taken. And Rift. I don't even think I have a glaive on me, on God. I won't worry about that. Oh my god, that drains... Okay, that counts as kinetic damage. That drains a lot of super energy for fucking a single kinetic kill. Maybe I shouldn't have picked that up. And that's new as well. Like when I'm talking about new enemy like attacks, like the Taken did not used to have a fucking strand laser that attacked you or whatever. Like that's cool. A new ability. I'm really just trying to speedrun this shit. Guessing I can only get 2 like pieces of Akka per room. So like, yeah, there's not gonna be any here. I'm gonna have to complete all 3 of these encounters. Hello, Luna. I've been doing good. Like these Tharla are truly such a non-issue compared to the bats from like 2 weeks ago. Solar wave.
It's gonna spit
Oh
out
no.
all across the system.
That one's good. If I can get the one that makes me amplified too. There's no point in me having this. Sure. You know, I hate this boss, and I would prefer not to fight him at all, but if I'm gonna have to fight him, at least it's the first one, so he's the lowest scaled he'll be. Okay, he's in such an annoying position right now. Okay, where are your healers? Boom. I'm good on that, Luna. See, that's what I want. That's also good, since I'm mainly using a special weapon, then also sprinting. I already have Devour, so I'm already kind of getting grenade energy well. Huh. Easy dub. Where are the other two mini ones? This is okay, that's gonna be useless for me. Do this, I guess. Jesus. Okay. Damn. I normally wouldn't like just sprint past all the enemies like that, but I'm really just trying to speedrun this shit. Okay, what's next? If I don't have to complete this activity, I'm not going to. I do not. Here we go. See what I got. Slice and what's that, circle of life? That's Slice doesn't really like synergize. I don't care about that at all. See, like maybe I would wear the fucking episodic armor if it wasn't a 55 or less stat roll 99% of the time. Like, it's so useless. Like, yeah, let me just sacrifice a shit ton of my stats for like XP gain or whatever. What did I just hear? I sure some the hell? Who's having sex out here? Okay, well it's not telling me what emote is new. I'm just gonna have to go over all of them. So it disappears, I guess. There we go. Okay, we're caught up. Who's listening to music? Ah, it's the radio right there.
Do you feel that, Guardian?
Okay.
The writhing power within you. Palpitating. Surrender yourself to the cold of entropy. Let it become your blade.
You've got a lot of faith in ancient taken energy we know nothing about.
Such is the nature of faith. A belief in our ability to subsume the primordial. Faith is curiosity, not fear.
Fear's natural. It's a warning. Respect for what this power's capable of. This is a weapon because I contain it. It's not a part of me. It's a tool.
I recognize the color of grief within you. You have yet to embrace it.
I never will. Power is control. Without control, you have nothing.
Not nothing. Potential.
Fuck that bitch, am I right, Ares? She ain't built like us. She not like us, guys. She not like us. Okay, wow.
Oryx seeks a path to fundament. The Witch Queen, in delivering truth, has set her brother's mind. Savathun did not expect this reaction from him. Her misstep has created a new complication.
Is that the week?
We cannot allow Oryx to escape. We must force a confrontation. With the flesh of Akka, I may do so, but the deputy commanders doubt. She tells me.
Oh shit. I forgot that those are links to the thing. Well, we're never gonna finish it. So they face. Let's read the quest step. Zeres prepares the ritual to bind the Echo of Oryx. Engage the Hive Fort. Yeah. Zeres preparing the ritual. The B-type. Yeah. Same shit. Yeah, okay. I like the music that's playing here now. There was something I was going to say and then I forgot. Oh yeah. My worries about last week are kind of true. Last week I did like a 2-hour stream about on Act 2 Week 1, and at the end of it I said, damn, all of this was in Week 1, like this is a lot of content, but that does make me worried about how short the next 2 weeks might be. I think I was right to be worried, because this was short. I mean, this has been a 48-minute stream, and 15 of those minutes were me yapping. Like, this stream literally would have been 35 minutes without that, which is already short. No, not 35, just like 30. Yeah. Like, that's short. When last one was like 2 hours and I didn't have any really yapping sessions. So, I don't know. And next week's only 3 steps. It's probably gonna be talk to someone, do mission, talk to someone. Or do mission, talk to someone, talk to someone. Or get this final piece for the ritual, do mission, talk to... any form of that. There's gonna be a mission, and one of the steps is gonna be to talk to someone or some shit. But truly, so if next week's mission is trapping the Echo in her throne world, then what is the 3rd week gonna be about? Like, what? I genuinely don't know, and I'm curious. But I don't really have many thoughts on this. I mean, this is a 4-step. Do that mission. Or, like, do the thing on the moon. Like, let's see, how many steps was this truly? Trial of Will. That's 1. Explore the Nether, get the flesh. That's 2. Bring the flesh to Eris, which we... 3. 4. That was a 4-step quest. I was right. Like, bro. First one was 11 steps, or 10 or something. This was 4, less than half. I guess that makes sense why it took so much shorter then. Anyways, I don't really have any thoughts because of how short this is. I mean, there's nothing to really have thoughts on. There wasn't any big lore revelations this week. Just kind of just, you know, preparing for the last week, which is only going to be 4 to 3 steps. So, I don't know. And I already gave my, like, total... I gave a big speech earlier in the stream. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be the stream then. So I guess I'll see ya. Till next time.